starting from part 1. So I'm assuming that at this point you're connected to the motor. You see the motor on your COM port. You see the firmware revision right there. Over here is the actual motor view. This is just the Word document, so ignore over there. What I did in the motor view, just because we're going to be getting into that, once again, getting into the TRQ command, on your motor view you have these nice little pull-down windows, or pull-down menus, where you can select a few different things. You can look at variables, you can check your temperature, voltage, current, torque, different counters, clocks, all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to monitor torque, just because I think that's kind of handy. And we're going to leave that be for now. But I just want to get that loaded up. You'd say, oh, what's that there for? We're not going to touch it yet, but I'll get to that in just a second. So disable our travel limits is EIG, capitals, EIGN, W, 0. It's a 0, not an O. So as soon as I issue that, you see to the right there, our positive and negative limits and are both not enabled and not asserted. So the motor knows nothing's wrong right now, but it thinks something was wrong earlier. So a capital Z, capital S, we'll clear those out. And you'll see also on the motor view that we've got a blinking green light over here indicating the motor's good to go. And that coincides with our drive ready bit up here, so the motor's happy. Now there's nothing going on inside the motor right now to tell it to move. So the next thing we told it to do was we just did a little test to see if the motor actually spins. So if I do an MT, enter, and I do a T equals 3000, enter, and I do a G, you see what happens over here? The mode says torque, so the motor knows it's making a torque move. Our velocity is staying more or less constant. If I were to pinch the shaft, you see I can get the velocity to drop down. And the position is moving along there. So if you can't see the motor up here, you can see the position is changing, so the motor is spinning. Now if I go to my tools and I fire up the monitor view, excuse me, not the monitor view, the chart view. There's my chart view. I'm going to go ahead and add a custom parameter, RTRQ. And then my poll command is RTRQ. So up here is just what I name it. Down here is the command actually being sent to the motor. And you could do this as just about any command you can send to the motor you could put down here. You can report a variable, you can report torque, velocity, acceleration, temperature, anything. You can do any command you can send to the motor you can put down here. And then I changed my limits to plus minus 10,000 instead of 100,000. And I add it, and I close. I don't see a green button. Oh. Okay, thank you. Beg your pardon?
Well, I already created RTRQ. If I wanted to come back to it later, where would I find it?
You'll see at the bottom of the chart view is RTRQ down here. You can. You can delete it and add it. I don't think you can disable it necessarily. But you can have several different custom charts if you want. You can save your chart as a .sch file. Like I said, we already have the torque chart saved on your USB, but you can have a bunch of different charts for different diagnostic tools that you might want to do. So if I hit play there, see there's my torque going along. Going along happily at 3,000, just like I told it to. Now, I'm going to do an X. X command is a decelerate to stop. So I do my X, decelerates to a stop. So I do T equals 8,000, go, it pops up, T equals 0, go, drops back down, T equals negative 8,000, T equals negative 8,000, go, and drops to the negative, and then T equals 0, go, T equals, if I can type, T equals 0, and I'm going to do a space there so you can see how that works. So T equals 0, go. See how that works? So you, like I was saying earlier, a space and a carriage return are exactly the same as far as a smart motor is concerned. So you can issue that all on one line that all gets executed at once. Now if I set my TS equals 65.5, was it 65.536? Yeah, 36. And from there I do a T equals 8,000. You'll see, once I hit go, a nice smooth ramp up as the torque increases, instead of the instantaneous jump that you saw earlier, and T equals 0, go. See a nice smooth deceleration with the torque as it settles back down to 0 and the motor's motion ceases. So just wanted anybody who's having issues getting that running, that's what it's supposed to look like. So you can see how the torque is delivered to the motor on that graph there. You can stop motion at any time on the graph, of course, just the little stop button right there.